What's good, YouTube? It's that fantasy guy back with another video, and this is a topic I should have done a long time ago. I done went on so many rants about this topic on Clubhouse and in chat rooms that I just didn't have the energy for it to make a video for it, so I left it alone. But since the hype, it is simmered down. It has simmered down. The hype about Kyle Pitts has simmered down some, only because, the rookie draft and stuff is not going on. But some of y'all lost your mind when it came to Kyle Pitts. Flat out lost your fucking mind. And you know who we'll start off with first who lost their mind? The Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons decided to draft a tight end with the 4th overall position in the draft, when this is a draft that had a handful of quarterbacks, franchise quarterbacks, and they drafted a tight end instead of moving on from Matt Ryan, paying whatever it took just to move up a couple of spots and getting them another quarterback, moving on. But instead, they drafted a tight end, got rid of their #1 receiver, and offense is looking kind of flaccid. What is wrong with you guys? I mean, for you to draft this guy 4th overall, man, you putting a lot of pressure on this guy. A lot of pressure. Like, you're going to have to force feed him to even justify this pick 4th overall. But enough of that about that, because who cares about real football, right? We want to talk about fantasy. The implications of fantasy, right? Well, when they first drafted him, we heard the rumors that Julio Jones might be moving. So even with his he was a very good prospect, Once he had the production and tested well at the combine, he became a very good prospect. Got graded well on tape. Then he got the draft capital to back him up, the highest draft capital possible of all time. Now, we all know that rookie tight ends, for the most part, don't produce, and that's why they're not popular. But you got a tight end that has gotten the most draft capital possible, who is a great prospect, and got his main obstacle moved out the way for him to get targets. It's only Calvin Ridley and Mike Davis that should be getting majority target other than him. So he will have every chance to succeed. Because my only fear for Kyle Pitts was that he would go to a team that did not utilize him correctly. Because I've seen it happen so many times. We'll get hyped up about a player, and then he go to a team that doesn't use the player to their full capability, and what suppresses their dynasty value, their fantasy football value. So let's talk about him currently. I looked on the FFPC ADP just to see where he's being drafted in redraft leagues, and currently he's being drafted an average of the 3rd round, the 303. So he is being the 4th tight end off the board. Remember, FFPC is tight end premium, so that's the caveat in that. He is being drafted in the 3rd round. How do I feel about that? Whoo! I feel it's a high risk, high reward thing, I mean, we all know what could happen. What could happen if all these targets he's supposedly supposed to be getting turns into catches and production? Sky's the limit, right? We're in the tight end premium league, but he is being drafted. He's being drafted before DeAndre Swift, understandable. Michael Thomas, J.K. Dobbins, nah, I don't like that. Keenan Allen, McLaurin, C.D. Lamb, Allen Robinson. And that's when I'm like, I don't like that risk. I don't really like that risk. I'd rather pay in and get another tight end. I'd rather pay up and get a high-end tight end that, I can justify for picking them high in the tight end premium. But, like I said, my redraft people, my FFPC people, I understand you guys. Not even gonna mess with you guys. Y'all are realistic. But my dynasty people, those are the crazy motherfuckers. Those are the people that they lost their mind. Because, just a month ago, y'all boys was picking Kyle Pitts. 104. That was late. That was late for a superflex. The superflex leagues, he was going 104. 103 was like his average position in a lot of the rookie drafts. In a superflex league where they had a nice amount of quarterbacks coming out. 102. 101. People was drafting Kyle Pitts, a tight end, in a superflex league at 101. Have you lost your mind? Have you lost your mind? Y'all crazy. Y'all bad at fantasy. And this has some people try to argue against it. I was like, look, there is no way. There's no player, no tight end you would have traded the 101 to get. I don't care if it's Kelsey, Kittles, whoever. You would not trade that 101 to get that tight end. And it's not going to happen next year. So once you draft a tight end at 101, he automatically loses value. Whatever tight end, no matter who he is. That tight end is going to automatically lose value because next year you're not going to be able to trade him for a 101. He's not gaining value. That's showing you that you are playing dynasty wrong. That's why you draft these quarterbacks. The Trevor Lawrence, who, guess what, you can still trade for the 101 next year. The Trey Lance, and as soon as he starts, he'll have that rushing floor and the production to go in that 49ers offense, whose value is going to be higher than a 101. These are player value that are going to rise, and that's how you play dynasty, kind of like the stock market. You buy into a player that value is going to rise. When you buy a Kyle Pitts at the 101, you automatically is losing value. There's no way anyone's going to trade the 101 next year for Kyle Pitts. There's no way. It's never going to happen. If after the year you had with Kelsey, and he can't even get the 101, I seen Kelsey after having a smash year, one of the best tight ends, not one of the best year of a tight end ever, and he went for the 103 in a tight end premium. So you picking Kyle Pitts at 101 and expecting him to gain value means that he's going to smash Kelsey record early, multiple years early, to be valued more than a 101, Here's the kicker. There's some people that drafted him that early in a non-tight end premium league. Like I said, there's some people that's bad at fantasy. If you one of the people that's watching it, hey, it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? I understand that some people play fantasy for fun, and it's not as serious. It's not all about the money. It's fun. They love to pick their guys, watch them grow, and that's understandable. It's just, you just got to know, what you're playing fantasy for. You know, because bottom line, when it comes to fantasy football, dynasty football, you know, dynasty is more so about, you know, trading for value, you know, getting value, you know, accruing, having players accrue value, and then, you continue to kind of find the little edge, and then when your team is good enough to strike, good enough to compete, then you make a trade to push for the championship. You know what I'm saying? Now, everybody don't have the patience for that. I know it's hard for me to have the patience for that sometimes. That's why I'm in a lot of leagues where I'm able to do different things. You know, a few leagues I got the patience for that. A lot of leagues I be trying to win now. But, and when it comes to dynasty startups, Kyle Pitts is currently being drafted at the 203 in Superflex, because that's pretty much all I'm playing. The 203 in startups. You know, this is tight end premium. We ain't gonna get crazy. It's tight end premium, but he's going before George Kittles, before Justin Jefferson, before A.J. Brown, before DK Metcalf, before Tyreek Hill, before Trey Lance, before Cam Akers, before Darren Waller, before Justin Fields, and I can go on, and I'm just like, God dang. The hype is out of control, man. I don't know what it is about this guy, man. Y'all really fall in love with rookies, you know. I'll be loving the rookies too, but man, this got to the point where I had to step away from, like, I said before rookie draft, I won't own any shares of this guy. I said there's no way, because people are drafting him too high. People are out of their mind. And guess what? In a bunch of leagues I'm in, you know, like, I don't know, like 4 dynasty leagues, I have 1 share of Kyle Pitts. And that's only because it's a 14-man league, and I don't have a tight end. People wouldn't trade me a tight end. That was the kicker. People wouldn't even trade me a tight end. So I said, you know what? I'm going to use this 103 and draft Kyle Pitts. And this going to be my only share of it, you know. And we'll see how it goes, you know. And at least I get to ride the Kyle Pitts hype with 1 share on 1 team, you know. So I get to be on a bandwagon a little while with you guys. But I just wanted to talk about the hype, you know. Going forward, when it comes to Kyle Pitts now, we can only see, because you can't really get the return, because you paid a lot for him. Like, you know, only a fool, like I said, only a fool would pay you more. I'm pretty sure there's some fool out there, but only a fool would pay you more than what you already paid for him. But if you can find that fool, of course you cash in. If you can get one of the elite tight ends plus, I would cash in. That's just me. You know, if I can get Kelsey plus, you know, to get rid of Pitts, I'm done. You know, he's yours. I get Kittles plus, he's yours. You know, because Kyle Pitts is going at first tight end off the board in startup superflex leagues at the 203 before a lot of quarterbacks, before most of the running backs. Let me tell you how crazy it got. I'm going to tell you how crazy the hype of Kyle Pitts got. A guy, just to see, my man Bob Gilchrist, just to see what someone would do, he offered the guy CMC straight up for Kyle Pitts, and his offer was rejected. That's how out of hand it has got. There's no way Kyle Pitts, even in a 2-point PPR, would be able to give you the production that CMC can give you. That's how far we have jumped the shark when it comes to Kyle Pitts. Y'all have lost your cotton picking mind. And I just need you to come back to earth. come back down. Come on. I am here to talk you off the ledge. Come back to reality. It's gonna be okay. Anyway, I ain't trying to hold y'all. I'll holler.